give you guys, we have two things happening, one event here, another here, but just to give you guys a sneak peek, this video doesn't do it justice. See, not at all. Wow. Yeah, it doesn't do it justice at all, at all. Okay. Sabi is trying to take off the residue from the congrats grad. It's hard to see now because we've been working on it for a while. But you can see all the residue from the vinyl. So she sprayed. Can you show us what you're using? We found this at the furniture store. So you're supposed to spray, let it sit for a little bit. I think you're a little too close. Let it sit on there for a little bit, then wipe it off. Here. And she did it too. I'll show you guys a close-up how it comes off. See? Yeah. Normally you leave it on a little longer.
I think I did that.
Oh, you did it before. I can see it came off. That bottom part came off. And then, yeah, the A.
And it's scented.
And it's scented. I don't know if we should be inhaling it, but
It says on
so
there.
there you go. Then you just wipe it off and good to go. So if you guys need something to help you, Sabi, do one section at a time. Yeah. We need to clean this top. It has fingerprints when you're done. Okay, there you go. We'll get it all clean.
And show you.
Yeah, see how it comes off. Yeah, and then we'll show you the final result. I'm gonna start working on the balloons to go on this and then print the vinyl, the new vinyl that we're gonna put on. I decided to leave this screen. Sabi will design a welcome sign for them. My balloons are gonna go from here on this side. So I'll move this over, then start and put balloons over here. Let's go ahead and inflate the balloons. So I am working with, I believe this is a meadow green, if I'm not mistaken. The white and chrome gold. So I have all the kids here with me tonight. So you'll see them kind of take turns coming through and they'll help out a little as well. Like you saw Sabi already working on the backdrop. As she's doing that, I'm inflating the balloons. So we're going to inflate 11 inches and 18 inches, creating pairs of 3 and then twisting them together to form a cluster like so. So I have 111, 116 paired together, then 3 of those will make my cluster. If you like, you can make a cluster of 8, but I find that the 6 works better and they're not squished or choking each other, so it works better for my designs. But again, you can design yours how you like. It also depends on your balloon sizes. Moving on to our white, we're going to inflate this same method, 2 11 inch 16 inch paired together, then twisting together 3 of those to make a cluster. Then I'm going to alternate my colors here with the green, white and gold, switching things out. Sabi is done with the backdrop. We'll check that out here when we're done with all the balloons. I'm going to have Daniel and Olivia, I think, are the ones who end up taking down this design on the left. It was kind of in the way, but you know, they're working on that, taking it down. It's been up forever. I'm trying to clear this space for other things. So adding my clusters together, you're going to grab the neck of your cluster right from the center, preferably your 12-inch balloon neck, and then from your other cluster, then you're tying them together as you can see me do there. Once you tie them together, you can arrange your balloons after. I don't worry so much when tying them because I know I can always twist things around and put them together. Believe it or not, those are the balloons from that St. Patrick's Day. They're still kicking. Some people ask how long the balloons last. Well, there you go. We're doing this video now and we have had those balloons or that design on the wall for a while. So they're helping me take all of that down. Extending my balloons, we're just going to create our full garland here, then transport that to the foyer area to make the backdrop. So adding all the clusters, alternating colors, and we should be ready to start putting everything together. This is the day before the event. So we're prepping all of this. We have 2 events, as you saw. This is a baby shower. My coworker rented the venue so she could plan her friend's baby shower, and she hired us to do the backdrop for this. It's a Yoda-themed baby shower. She has a long story, well, not long, a little story behind it because her friend's nickname is Yoda, so she went with a Yoda-themed baby shower. Now I'm inflating my 5-inch balloons. These are just my accent balloons for my garland. I'm going to inflate them in the same colors as we did the others. So a few of the white, a few of the green, and a few of the gold to just accent the design when we're done installing. I like putting these at the end. You can pre-make your balloon garland. I've done that before and shown you guys tutorials on that and how I install, so that it saves me time at the venue. But if I have time, then I prefer to just put everything at once. This is our backdrop. Sabi cleaned it nicely and we put them close together. I have these heavy duty clamps that I'm going to put on the backdrop and then tie my 260 balloons to them. So that's the clamp. I'm just sliding the 260 in there, double knot to attach it to the clamp, and then on the very end double knot again to create a loop. That loop is what I'm going to use to attach my garland to the backdrop using my 11-inch balloons. I don't go through the 16-inch because they're too big to get the loop around. So I'm putting all the clamps at the points I know I'll attach the balloons. Then we're going to grab our long garland. With the garland, I always start from the bottom because that minimizes my time to come back and fill balloons on the bottom. When they're touching the floor, then it twists all the balloons sideways and it's not straight. So I always make sure I push my garland all the way to the floor and start from the bottom up, because I can always add clusters to the top and fill that way, and it's easier than trying to fill gaps from the floor. Once I have all that placed, like I said, I pull that loop I create on the clamp and put it around the 11-inch balloons. This is where, like I said, you can always twist balloons around, rearrange them to fit what you need it to fit. Making another clamp here because my balloon garland was longer than I anticipated. So I'm just adding that last piece to prop that side up. Now that we have our garland placed, this is the base, we're adding all the filler clusters, the 5 inches. The 5-inch balloons are not 6 balloons, they are 2 pairs, so 4 balloons twisted together, and I'm using rubber bands here to attach them to the 11-inch balloons. But when I get to where I need to attach the clusters around the bigger balloons, I use a half of a 260 balloon and tie on each end of the filler balloons. So I'll show you here what I'm talking about. Just stepping back to gauge where I need to add more balloons. So as you can see there, the white balloons on the top are kind of blank. So I'm tying one end of the half 260 to the white and the other end to the green. And we're going to twist that around here and just make it match the color that it's going with. This balloon garland is more of a color block because you can see each color represented. I'm not twisting all colors, like mixing them all together. So this is a color block. Now we're moving on, continuing to tie another half 260 on each end of our filler balloon, and we're wrapping it around that white one I was talking about. And that adds more dimension. You can see how the garland just fills up. Now I'm showing you how I put my vinyl on the paper. I'm using my Cricut here to design the letters. I'm not going to show you the details of the design because I have videos on the channel already, several that show you how to design these and how to cut, and also videos on how, if you have really large letters, you can cut them and design if you don't have a big enough tape. Let's say like this mat is 24 by 48, and if you have a design that's bigger than the 24 by 48 mat, I show you how you can cut that down and size it. My video on the black and white wedding, I actually show you, I think, how I cut the letters because they wanted big initials on there. So I show you how I cut that down so that it will fit, and you can cut several pieces that you like. So the Cricut is nice because it shows you how long it'll take percentage wise to complete your cut. It goes around that wheel. I like watching that while I do other things. So I'm picking up my tools here to be able to take off the vinyl I'm not going to use. I forget the word they use to call that, but we're going to work on that. You can see it's all done. You push to eject your mat, and you always peel your mat away from your vinyl, not the other way around. So moving everything to the side, peeling off the mat, then we're going to cover our mat, the sticky part, and put that away. Now we are able to cut our design. I always like cutting off the excess vinyl that has not been cut so that I can use that for other things another time. So we're removing that piece, rolling it back, putting it away. Then I'm going to start taking off the pieces that are not part of my letters because I'm going to attach this whole thing to the backdrop. I cut off the piece I don't need, so I'm just going to score that. She wanted us to just make a simple wording on that, and that's what we did. So peeling off the extra vinyl, there you have it, Baby Yoda, taking off that little piece there, using our transfer tape on this backdrop, and then we're going to move on to attach this. We have to press that down so that it sticks onto our transfer tape, then we'll peel it off. The back of the vinyl is sticky, so we'll attach that to our backdrop. Taking you through here, now you saw this part already. I'm just gonna peel that back. I realize I have to have a little help there to get it to stick to the transfer tape, which is a good sign because you don't want it to stick so much that you have trouble getting it off the transfer tape. Now aligning, I always tape the transfer tape on the backdrop. I don't push this vinyl on there so that I can step back to gauge if I have it straight or not. If it's not straight, then I can always pull away the transfer tape and readjust. But I put that and it was straight. Great eyeballing on my part, I guess. Now we're going to put the design Sabi made for the welcome sign. So I'm looking for that on my phone, getting that uploaded, and that will be it for tonight. She's going to come set up the tables herself. We just have the tablecloth chairs that she rented, and that is the welcome sign Sabi design. So cute. So this is the final look with Sabi's design. The balloons look so nice, and these are the tables. We ironed all the tablecloth. They look beautiful. 5 tables and chairs all around, and I'll show you what she did with each table. And this is where they'll have all the food. So we just have an 8-foot table there with another tablecloth ironed, ready for her tomorrow. It's at 10 a.m. So we're all done. We're going to work on inside, and then This is what she designed. The tables look really nice, all the accent pieces, and they had an amazing time. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. We show you how we decorate for various events and take you along with us through the process, the prep, and the designs. Thank you for being here. Thanks for subscribing. Have a blessed week.